Yes, in the Ministry of Tourism, Emmanuel Dlamini says the Kingdom of Swaziland has a big role to play internationally in the fight against climate change, since the country has been nominated to serve in a committee through him. The International Climate Change Conference in Geneva gave birth to such a development. Swaziland Dlamini reports.
Climate change dealing with The Paris Climate Agreement is an agreement within the United Nations Framework Convention on climate change dealing with greenhouse gas emissions, mitigation, adaptation and finance. The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Emmanuel Dlamini, explains the purpose and components of the Climate Resilience Toolkit.
The group, the members are now building the structures, are now building the legislation, are now building the procedures that needs to be followed in order to implement the Paris Agreement, whereby all the countries will be able to play their role depending on their capabilities and respective responsibilities. Because we know that we're not in the same level, either in terms of development or in terms of emission.
The Principal Secretary has also been nominated to represent Swaziland as chairman in a committee that will play an integral part in the implementation groundwork of the Paris Agreement. This happened during the Climate Change International Conference held in Bonn in Germany.
There are certain elements in the framework that we need to now deal with procedures, because we know that one of the elements is mitigation, the other one is adaptation, and the other one is finance, technology, and capacity building, and so forth. The Climate Convention has established a board, which we normally call it the Conference of the Parties. This is more like a supreme board that makes decisions on how to implement the agreement. But under this body, there are two bodies that are established by the Supreme Board to do the work for the Supreme Court. One of the bodies is called the Subsidiary Body for Science and Technology. It's basically dealing with the science and the technology behind climate change. The other body is called the Subsidiary Body for Implementation. This body is mainly dealing with the implementation of the Climate Change Convention.
Climate change is a development, economical and investment challenge. Addressing it is a critical pillar of the development agenda, as per the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. Siphiwe Dlamini, Mbonga Dube in Mhlumeni.